Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Regions Prestige Visa Signature Credit Card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this credit card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point in time, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. Okay, so diving right into the main features of this card. First off, we're going to be talking about cash back and how you can earn it with this card. So starting out, you will be earning 3% cash back on dining and entertainment. You'll be earning 2% cash back on the gas and grocery category. And then on all other transactions, you will be earning an unlimited 1% in cash back. Now with this card, you can actually earn even more in cash back. You can earn up to 1% more in cash back across all categories if you qualify for something with Regions. So in that case, you'll be earning 4% back on dining and entertainment, 3% back on gas and grocery, and then 2% cash back in all other transactions. And basically, this is going to be determined on your average balance you have in your checking and other deposit accounts. So basically, there's going to be 3 tiers set up. So tier 1 is going to be anywhere between $15,000 to $29,999. With that, you can earn up to 12,000 extra points on an annual basis. Then you have tier 2. That's going to be for folks with an average balance between $30,000 and all the way up to $49,999. That's going to earn an extra 24,000 points on an annual basis. And then finally, you have tier 3. That's for $50,000 and above. And with that, you can earn an additional 36,000 points on an annual basis. Now with this card, there's also going to be a spend bonus as well. So as long as you're able to spend at least $1,000 within the first 90 days of having this credit card, you can earn a spend bonus of $200. Now if you only make it halfway to the $1,000 mark, that would be $500 spend in the first 90 days. You're still going to get some sort of spend bonus. It's going to be halfway there. So in that case, you are going to be receiving $100 in the form of a spend bonus if you spend just $500, but not quite $1,000 within the first 90 days from your account opening. Now with this credit card, there are also some other pretty good features as well. So just starting out, you have the Regions Lockout feature. So that basically gives you the power to customize how, when, and where your credit card can be used. You're also going to have the zero liability policy. So that means that if someone steals your credit card, whether the physical card itself or just the card number, and they go off and spend hundreds or even thousands of dollars with it, you are not going to be held liable to pay for those transactions because you did not authorize them. You're also going to be receiving some other features through Visa as well, since this is going to be a Visa credit card. That's going to include travel accident insurance, roadside dispatch, lost luggage reimbursement, travel and emergency assistance, auto rental collision damage waiver, extended warranty protection, and purchase security. So now that we went over the main features of this credit card at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees, because of course this is also super important as well. So starting out, you are going to have a 0% introductory APR on your purchases for the first 12 months of having this credit card. That means if you have a lot of larger transactions coming up, perhaps unexpected ones that you cannot put off, and perhaps you don't have the cash sitting around right now to pay off those transactions immediately, what you can do is you can use this credit card, and for the first 12 months, you are not going to be paying interest on your transactions. You'll definitely want to make sure that balance is paid off in full before those 12 months are up, though, because after the 12 months are up, your APR at that point in time is going to shoot up to anywhere between 18.24 to 28.24% based on your credit worthiness. Then as far as balance transfers go, you're also going to have the 0% introductory APR on those as well. That's going to be for the first 15 months. Then after the first 15 months are up, you'll definitely want to make sure that your balance transfer balance is paid off in full. because at that point in time, your APR is going to shoot up to anywhere between 18.24 to 28.24% based on your credit worthiness. So basically how this would work is perhaps you have another credit card right now, just hypothetically speaking, let's say you have a Capital One credit card where you have like a 25% interest rate on it, and you're paying hundreds of dollars of interest every single month on that credit card. Well, what you could consider doing is transferring the balance from that credit card over to this credit card, and once again, for the first 15 months, you're now going to have a 0% APR, a 0% interest on that balance. Of course, there is going to be a fee with that, and once again, you will want to make sure that balance is paid off in full. It will give you some more time to pay it off though, and you're no longer going to have to pay all that interest. Now, moving on to cash advances. On this channel, we usually recommend to stay far away from cash advances. This, of course, should not be considered financial advice, just my own personal reasons. Usually with them, you have a very high interest rate, plus you have to pay a lot of fees as well. But if you do decide to take out a cash advance with this card, just know that your APR on them is going to be a whopping 30.24%, plus a lot of fees as well, which we are going to go ahead and dive into right now. So as far as the fees go on your cash advances, you are going to have a fee on each cash advance of either $10 or 4%, whichever happens to be greater. Then as far as balance transfers go, on those you're also going to have a fee of either $10 or 4% of the amount of each balance transfer, whichever happens to be greater. As far as foreign transaction fees go with this credit card, there are no foreign transaction fees. That's a huge benefit because if you do happen to travel abroad, you're not going to be charged anything extra for using it, at least with this credit card. As far as late payments go, there is a late payment fee with this credit card. That late payment fee is up to $39. So perhaps you might want to consider setting up auto pay, marking your calendars, do whatever works best for you. Make sure that you are paying on time to avoid that late payment fee of $39. And thankfully, finally, with this credit card, there are no annual fees. This means that you can keep the card on a year-to-year basis, and you don't have to sit down and figure out whether paying like $95 for it on an annual basis is worth it with the benefits that you're getting back, because once again, there are no annual fees. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as its APR and fees, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the best things about this credit card and the worst things about this credit card. So we're going to start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is the fact that you can earn all the way up to 4% and 3% cash back. 4% cash back in the dining and entertainment categories, and then 3% cash back on gas and grocery. That's if you're in those upper tier categories. Then you can also earn that $200 spend bonus as long as you're able to spend at least $1,000 within the first 90 days from your account opening. You're also going to have the 0% introductory APR on your purchases and balance transfers. That could be a pretty good opportunity for some people. And then finally, with this card, there are no annual fees, and there are also no foreign transaction fees either. So that's pretty beneficial as well. So those are the best things about this credit card. As far as the drawbacks go, I really don't have too many negative things to say. I guess one thing, if you don't have the rewards multiplier, you are only going to be earning 1% cash back in all other categories except dining, entertainment, gas, and grocery. So in those categories, you might want to consider putting your spend on another credit card, maybe like the Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card, where you'll be earning 2% cash back across the board. And then, of course, to be in the rewards multiplier, to get the most bang for your buck, you are going to have accounts set up with regions. And to get the most bang for your buck, you are going to have to be in that tier 3, which is going to be $50,000 or more within Regions Bank. So that might be a little bit more difficult for some people who don't want to have that much money tied up within Regions, where they don't prefer banking with Regions, at least as far as like checking or savings accounts go. So just to sum this card up, all in all, I would definitely say it's a pretty solid credit card. Once again, you're not paying anything for it. You're getting a pretty good spend bonus at $200. You're getting pretty good cash back across the board. So while this credit card isn't necessarily like extremely exciting or the best one out there, it's definitely pretty solid, but at the end of the day, it's going to be completely up to you. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate it if you could give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.